Hey, what's up, everybody? Eric with Solar Box. Out in a little factory this morning. Building another batch of boxes here. I'm doing 7 sets of side cases and 4 top boxes. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do what it takes. I set metal aside to make myself a set of 8-inch boxes for my CRF. It's okay with the 9s on it. It's fine. It rides and runs and everything just fine. But, you know, I used to do 8-inch boxes. When I went to the G3 stuff, I never did do an 8-inch lid for the G3 stuff. And what I didn't realize actually until a couple of days ago, I didn't think I had this jig anymore. This is the jig for the last generation boxes where the body is basically the same, but the new lids, and so I designed the new lids to go onto basically the old bodies. So this is for 8-inch boxes, and I didn't think that I still had this, and this is most of the work, quite frankly. So for me to do an 8-inch lid to go with this shouldn't be that difficult actually to do, because I've already got the jigging for the 9-inch. I should just have to take about 1 inch out of it and make it work. The only other part of that really needs to be done is there's been some specific modifications made to this brake that you can see here where, no, maybe not. So see this tapped spot? This is, there's a hold down that bolts on here. The lids are really complicated to make, and so there's another one underneath here right now because I've got it set up to do top boxes. But basically, I'm gonna have to rethread another attachment point, should be probably somewhere in the area of about 1 inch over this way, and make some modifications to the stuff that goes up here. These bolt in and out, and so hopefully I can find a combination that's already made that's about 1 inch narrower and get everything to work exactly as it needs to be. Time will tell with that, but I guess the motivating factor here, I put this off long enough trying to get back to doing 8-inch boxes. Now I really want a set for my bike, so I guess it's time to quit putting it off. These jigs are pretty genius. I invented these. So it's got a little hook on the end, and you hook it over the end of the metal and you pull it against tight, and then you scribe the end of it, and that gives you your cutoff point, right? Well, they're super accurate right up until you use the wrong one. Check this out. I just made 24 end caps that are all the wrong length. And of course, I couldn't cut them too long. No, I cut them all about 1/2 inch too short. So this pile of metal is probably going to become windscreen risers for Gen 2 KLRs. Anyway, luckily, I still had enough scrap sitting over here, these long chunks that I keep talking about. There was enough of them. This is, I use these for end caps, so I was still able to make 24 new ones. That is what's going on here with this. These are the correct length. So yeah, the accuracy goes right out the window when you use the wrong one. So anyhow, I'm out here cutting up metal. Here's a replacement lid for somebody. This guy's been patiently waiting for a while. I didn't have a big enough piece of scrap to make him a lid. So got that done today. I'll get this powder coated, and at least I haven't billed him for it yet, so I don't have his money yet, but I'll get that finished up and on the way. Order-wise, I'm caught up right now. I've got a few sets of boxes in the house. I'm gonna build up this batch. I've got to go have a surgery in about another month, and that's gonna give me some downtime, so I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff built in advance so that I'm sitting on a bunch of boxes, because spring is my busy time. That's when everybody wants to order boxes. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people. So I'm gonna try to get myself into a good position regarding that. Now here's something else that I've been putting off for a long time. Let me show you these new jigs that I built. I've never wanted to sacrifice the metal to do this. So the jigging required to make the bodies for the boxes have always been done with these little thin pieces of metal. Basically, I lay this out on the correct size sheet, and this shows me where all of the features need to go. I just switched to making, basically I sacrificed a full-size piece of metal. This is the size of a standard box, And I no longer have to manually lay out where all these lines go. I can just scribe it in one fell swoop. And I also added all these little hole features. This is where the bends are gonna have to occur for the 45-degree angle that goes on the outside of the box. This is the 90 at the back of the box. And so what I did was I went through and added these little tiny holes. The smaller you can make them, the better, because I run a punch through there. And you want the punch to be as accurate as humanly possible. And so basically this punch is a waypoint. And what I did when I laid this out and got this all set up was go through and make sure it's absolutely as exact as to what I can possibly make it. In the past, if the table isn't perfectly square to the metal, when you take your square and you scribe these lines, there's always the opportunity for something to be just a hair off. But by putting these holes, I can make sure that the line's absolutely 100%, because I've marked that sheet underneath. I'll know if something isn't quite right. It'll show up. So not only is this going to speed things up, the accuracy is going to go up too. So this is the one for the 9-inch standard box. I built one for the top boxes also. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be working on trying to make myself a set of 8-inch slim G3 boxes for my new bike. And so I don't think I've got enough metal here really to do that part of it yet. I'll make the new jig for them, provided everything comes out well. I'll make that jig with the next batch. So 7 more sets of side cases, another set for me. I will sell this brand new set. So if anybody wants this set, like if somebody with a Gen 2 KLR wanted this set of boxes, they're brand new. I've got a brand new set of frames sitting down here for a Gen 2. This was going to go on my KLR and it never happened. I traded it in to get the new bike. So could possibly give those frames away for free. If you've got a Gen 2 KLR, hit me up if you want those boxes and to make the combo. Give me a shout. So anyway, Eric Solar Box, I'm going to get back to work. Ride safe, everybody. Hope to talk to you soon.